Ever felt stuck on your spiritual path? Like you're running in circles, chasing peace, but never catching it? Today we're peeling back the layers on the Law of Detachment, the secret to finding true inner peace. It's not about adding more to your life, it's about letting go. Think about it. What if the key to unlocking your spiritual potential was right in front of you all along? What if finding peace was as simple as opening your hands and releasing what you've been clinging to? To understand the Law of Detachment, imagine your mind as an overflowing cup. You can't pour in new wisdom if you're already full of old beliefs, fears, and attachments. That's where the Law of Detachment comes in. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a powerful principle that can transform your spiritual journey. This law suggests that to manifest your desires and find true fulfillment, you must relinquish your attachment to a specific outcome. It's about trusting the process of life and allowing things to unfold naturally rather than trying to force or control every situation. But here's the thing, detachment isn't easy. You're wired to hold on, to control, to fight against the current of life. It's no wonder you might feel drained and disconnected. Your brain is designed to seek certainty and avoid uncertainty at all costs. This evolutionary trait, while useful for survival, can hinder your spiritual growth and inner peace. Practicing detachment doesn't mean you don't care or are indifferent. Instead, it means you care so much that you're willing to let go of your expectations and trust in the greater wisdom of the universe. It's about cultivating a state of composure where you can remain calm and balanced regardless of external circumstances. So, what are some common obstacles that are blocking your path to inner peace? Let's explore these barriers that often keep you tethered to stress and anxiety. For starters, there's the need to be right all the time. How often do you get into arguments, desperately trying to prove your point? But what if being right isn't as important as being at peace? This desire to be right stems from the ego's need for validation and can create unnecessary conflict in your life. Then there's the attachment to outcomes. You set goals, make plans, and expect things to unfold exactly as you imagine. But life has its own agenda. When things don't go your way, you suffer. What if instead you could learn to flow with life's twists and turns? This doesn't mean giving up on your goals, but rather holding them lightly and being open to unexpected opportunities. And let's not forget about the past, old hurts, regrets, and grudges. They're like heavy rocks you carry in your backpack. Each step becomes a struggle. But what if you could set down that weight? Holding on to past grievances only serves to keep you stuck, preventing you from fully embracing the present moment. Another common obstacle is the fear of the unknown. Detachment requires you to step into uncertainty, which can be terrifying. Your mind might convince you that holding on tightly to what you know is safer, even if it's causing you pain. But true growth and peace lie on the other side of this fear. Perfectionism can also be a major roadblock. If you're constantly striving for an idealized version of yourself or your life, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Detachment involves accepting yourself and your life as they are, while still being open to growth and change. Now, let's explore the power of detachment. It doesn't mean you should become a passive observer in your own life. Far from it. Detachment is an active process. It takes courage, it takes practice, and most importantly, it takes trust. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that when you release what no longer serves you, you create space for something better. Trust that inner peace is your natural state, and by practicing detachment, you're simply returning home. When you detach, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of external events. You're no longer at the mercy of every little thing that happens to you. Instead, you cultivate a sense of inner stability that allows you to respond to life's challenges with grace and wisdom. Detachment also allows you to see situations more clearly. When you're not clouded by attachment to a particular outcome, you can observe events from a more objective standpoint. This clarity can lead to better decision-making and problem-solving skills. Moreover, practicing detachment can significantly reduce your stress levels. Much of your stress comes from trying to control things that are ultimately out of your control. When you let go of this need for control, you'll find a sense of relief and relaxation washing over you. To illustrate the power of detachment, let's look at some famous examples. These individuals have demonstrated how embracing detachment can lead to profound peace and success. Consider the story of the Dalai Lama. Despite being exiled from his homeland, he maintains a sense of peace and compassion. He once said, "Remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck." This is the law of detachment in action, accepting what is rather than fighting against reality. The Dalai Lama's ability to remain compassionate and peaceful in the face of immense challenges is a testament to the power of detachment. Or take Eckhart Tolle, author of The Power of Now. Before his spiritual awakening, Tolle was deeply depressed. It was only when he let go of his old self-concept that he found peace. He teaches that true power comes from surrendering to the present moment. Tolle's transformation shows how detachment from our thoughts and identification with our ego can lead to profound inner peace. Another example is Nelson Mandela. Despite spending 27 years in prison, Mandela emerged without bitterness, demonstrating an incredible ability to detach from his past suffering. His capacity for forgiveness and his focus on creating a better future rather than dwelling on past injustices changed the course of South African history. How can you practice the law of detachment in your daily life? It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but rather incorporating small practices that over time can lead to significant shifts in your perspective and emotional state. Start small. Next time you're stuck in traffic, instead of getting angry, take a deep breath and let go of your frustration. Use this time as an opportunity to practice presence. Listen to an audiobook, enjoy some music, or simply observe your surroundings without judgment. When a friend cancels plans, instead of feeling hurt or angry, practice acceptance. Recognize that their actions aren't a reflection of your worth, and that this change in plans might open up an opportunity you wouldn't have had otherwise. Pay attention to your thoughts. Notice when you're holding on to something tightly. It could be an idea, an emotion, or a desired outcome. Then gently ask yourself, can I let this go? Remember, you're not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. Practice non-attachment in your relationships. Love people, but don't try to possess them. Allow them the freedom to be who they are without trying to change them. This doesn't mean tolerating abusive or disrespectful behavior, but rather releasing your expectations of how others should behave. In your work life, focus on doing your best without being overly attached to the results. Take pride in your effort and the quality of your work, but don't let your self-worth be determined by external recognition or achievements. Remember, detachment isn't about suppressing or denying your feelings. It's about acknowledging them, then choosing not to let them control you. It's about creating space between stimulus and response. In this space lies your power to choose your reaction. What tools can you use to cultivate detachment? There are several practices that can help you develop the skill over time. Meditation can be a powerful ally. As you sit quietly, watch your thoughts come and go. Don't judge them, don't chase them, just observe. This practice helps you realize that you are not your thoughts. You're the awareness behind them. Even a few minutes of meditation each day can help you develop the ability to detach from your thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness is another valuable tool. Throughout your day, try to bring your attention to the present moment. Notice the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the taste of your food. This practice helps you detach from worries about the future or regrets about the past. Another powerful technique is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. When you forgive, you're not condoning what happened. You're freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Start with small slights and work your way up to bigger hurts. Gratitude is also key. When you're grateful for what you have, you're less likely to grasp for what you don't have. Try starting each day by listing 3 things you're thankful for. This practice can shift your focus from what's lacking to the abundance already present in your life. Let's address some common misconceptions about detachment. These misunderstandings often prevent people from fully embracing this powerful principle. You might be thinking, but if I detach from everything, won't I become passive? Won't I lose my drive? Not at all. The law of detachment isn't about giving up on your dreams. It's about releasing your attachment to how those dreams should unfold. You can still set goals and work towards them, but you do so without tying your happiness or self-worth to the outcome. Another misconception is that detachment means not caring. This couldn't be further from the truth. Detachment allows you to care deeply without being controlled by your emotions. It's about loving without possessing, caring without controlling. Some people fear that practicing detachment will make them cold or aloof. In reality, detachment often leads to greater compassion and empathy. When you're not caught up in your own desires and fears, you're more able to truly see and understand others. There's also a belief that detachment is passive. On the contrary, it requires active engagement with your thoughts and emotions. It's a conscious choice to let go, which often takes more strength than holding on. When you practice detachment, you actually become more effective. You're no longer fighting against the current of life. Instead, you're flowing with it. You're open to new opportunities, new perspectives, new ways of being. Think of it like sailing. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. The law of detachment is about becoming a master sailor in the ocean of life. To truly appreciate the wisdom of detachment, let's look at some ancient philosophies. These timeless teachings have long recognized the value of letting go. Stoicism, for instance, teaches the importance of focusing only on what's within your control. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This philosophy encourages you to detach from external circumstances and instead cultivate inner virtues. In Eastern philosophy, the concept of non-attachment is central. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of all suffering. By letting go, you free yourself from unnecessary pain. This doesn't mean withdrawing from life, but rather engaging fully without clinging. Taoism speaks of Wu Wei, often translated as non-doing or non-forcing. This principle encourages you to act in alignment with the natural flow of life rather than struggling against it. It's about detaching from your ego's need to always be in control. Even in modern psychology, we see the value of detachment. Cognitive behavioral therapy teaches you to detach from your thoughts, recognizing that they're not always accurate reflections of reality. This approach has been proven effective in treating various mental health issues. The journey to inner peace. As we conclude our exploration of the law of detachment, remember this. What if the peace you're seeking isn't something you need to find? What if it's already within you, waiting to be uncovered? What if all you need to do is let go of what's hiding it? Your journey to inner peace through the law of detachment is uniquely yours. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. But the principle of letting go is universal. It's a practice, and like any practice, it gets easier with time. Start by identifying one area of life where you feel particularly attached. It could be a relationship, a goal, or a belief about yourself. Now imagine loosening your grip just a little. What would it feel like to trust that whatever happens, you'll be okay? As you move forward, be patient with yourself. Detachment is a skill that develops over time. There will be moments when you fall back into old patterns of attachment, and that's okay. Each time you notice this happening is an opportunity to practice letting go again. So, what will you detach from today? What weight are you ready to set down? The path to peace is calling. Are you ready to answer? Remember, true freedom isn't about acquiring more. It's about letting go. And in that letting go, you might just find the peace you've been searching for all along. Embrace the law of detachment and watch as your life transforms in beautiful and unexpected ways.